While scrolling through Instagram the other day, I stumbled upon something that made me stop. A video of an art installation titled "Can't Help Myself." Initially, it was just a robotic arm inside a glass box, performing what seemed like a carefree dance. It cheerfully cleaned up minor hydraulic fluid leaks. However, as the video progressed, the scene took on a darker tone. The leakage intensified, and the robot shifted from a carefree dancer to a desperate fighter for survival. The fluid, blood red, spread across the white floor, turning the scene into a spectacle both fascinating and disturbing. The robot's movements, once light, became frantic and desperate, and the sound of its mechanical whines echoed like screams of panic. Watching this robot in constant struggle, futilely trying to contain the spreading fluid, made me reflect on the humanity of its movements. The scene reminded me of a friend's battle with depression, feeling isolated and desperate, while everyone around seemed mere spectators of her pain. I was mesmerized by the video for a good 10 minutes, wondering, why did this piece affect me so profoundly? Perhaps because, in many ways, we are all a bit like that robot. Programmed to persevere, to bring order to the chaos around us, we often feel alone in our battles, watched but seldom helped. Martin Heidegger has a poignant statement that resonates with our times. The essence of technology is by no means something technological. How is our relationship with technology redefining our existence? Are we becoming human machines, automatically responding to life's challenges? What does this mean for our well-being and happiness? For Heidegger, technology is not just a set of tools we use to ease our lives. It is a way of revealing the world, a means through which we interpret and relate to reality. Technology turns everything and everyone into resources, including ourselves. As I watched the robot in its desperate struggle, I realized how this reflects our own condition. We are constantly trying to contain leaks in our lives, solving problems, meeting deadlines, achieving goals. Often, we become so engulfed in this relentless cycle that we lose sight of what truly matters. Years ago, while working at a large corporation, my daily routine was like that of a machine, following instructions and performing tasks without questioning. I felt like a pawn on a chessboard, essentially dehumanized and alienated from my own creative and emotional potential. Heidegger's perspective prompts us to question how technology impacts our humanity. If we become mere resources, we are losing our ability to live authentic and meaningful lives. The robot's struggle to contain the hydraulic fluid is a powerful metaphor for our own battle against dehumanization in a world dominated by technology. Heidegger suggests that, by becoming aware of this transformation, we can start to resist it. We need to reconnect with our human essence, find ways to express ourselves creatively, and engage in activities that truly matter. Technology can be a useful tool, but it should not define or confine us. We must find a balance where technology serves humanity, not the other way around. And how can we practice this reconnection in a world where technology is ubiquitous? Here is where Socrates and his philosophy of introspection come into play. Socrates believed that introspection was essential for living a full and meaningful life. An unexamined life is not worth living. For him, true wisdom comes from constantly questioning our actions, motivations, and the world around us. This principle remains incredibly relevant today, in a society where we are often distracted by a myriad of stimuli and technologies. We are frequently encouraged to pursue external goals, such as material success and recognition, without considering whether these goals truly align with our deepest values and desires. After years dedicated to a grueling career, I sometimes wonder if I am just going with the flow, without questioning whether I am truly satisfied with my path. This period of introspection is leading me to make significant changes, opting for a career that provides more personal satisfaction and balance, like reflecting and making videos here on YouTube. This mode of action is a living testament to the transformative power of Socratic reflection. However, practicing this introspection is not always easy. We live in a world where productivity is often valued above personal well-being, making introspection a luxury or worse, a waste of time for some. Socrates, however, warns us that living without this kind of examination is essentially living a life without real purpose. Socratic reflection goes beyond mere introspection. It challenges us to act based on our discoveries, to align our actions with our values, and to pursue a life that makes sense with who we truly are. It leads us to question our priorities and consider what truly matters to us. How can we find the time and space for this necessary reflection? Perhaps the answer lies in simplifying our lives and disconnecting from constant distractions. Henry David Thoreau, another great thinker, offers some insights on seeking happiness through simplicity and deliberate living. Most men lead lives of quiet desperation. This powerful statement from Henry David Thoreau is increasingly relevant in our modern society. The relentless pursuit of more money, more success, more recognition, often leads us to an existence marked by silent desperation, hidden beneath the facade of a successful life. Thoreau believed that true happiness is not found in material possessions or external success, but in simplicity and connection with nature. He retreated to a cabin near Walden Pond to live simply and intentionally, seeking to discover what truly mattered. For him, deliberate living was the key to happiness and self-knowledge. The robot from Can't Help Myself vividly represents the opposite of what Thoreau advocated. Trapped in a frenetic routine, trying to contain the leak, without time to live deliberately, it symbolizes our own struggle in modern society. We are constantly rushing from one commitment to another, trying to keep our lives under control, without ever stopping to reflect on what we really want. In our society, where productivity is often valued above well-being, Thoreau's ideas are more relevant than ever. He challenges us to reconsider our priorities and seek a life that allows us to reflect and grow. Simplifying our lives can mean different things to different people. For some, it might be reducing social commitments. For others, it might be cutting back on social media consumption or finding time for activities that bring us joy. Thoreau wrote, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. By simplifying our lives, we can focus on what truly matters and find true happiness." Happiness is not in accumulating more, but in living authentically and intentionally, valuing each moment and seeking a deeper purpose. Even as we adopt a simpler and more intentional life, we are not immune to struggles and challenges. The reality of human existence is often marked by absurdities and contradictions. Albert Camus, one of the greatest existential philosophers, explored this idea deeply, questioning how we can find meaning amidst the chaos and absurdity of life. Albert Camus is perhaps best known for his essay, The Myth of Sisyphus, where he addresses the question of philosophical suicide, the idea that in the face of life's absurdity, many wonder whether existence is worth it. For Camus, life is intrinsically absurd, a constant confrontation between our search for meaning and the indifferent silence of the universe. Camus wrote, "The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence becomes an act of rebellion." For him, accepting the absurd is not an invitation to despair, but a call to revolt. Instead of searching for a transcendental meaning we will never find, we should create our own meaning through our actions and choices. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. "One must imagine Sisyphus happy," wrote Camus. This statement encapsulates his philosophy, the idea that, even in the face of absurdity, we can find happiness and purpose in the struggle itself. Revolting against the absurd is what gives us strength and meaning. Thinking about the robot's struggle in Can't Help Myself, I realized that its ongoing battle against the fluid leak is a metaphor for our own struggle against life's absurdities. Like the robot, we often find ourselves trapped in endless cycles of tasks, desperately seeking a sense of purpose that always seems just out of reach. But Camus teaches us that the struggle itself can be a source of meaning. Accepting the absurd and creating our own meaning through revolt can be seen as a pathway to finding purpose amid chaos. This perspective allows us to look beyond immediate challenges and find a deeper meaning in our lives, even when we face seemingly insurmountable difficulties. Can't Help Myself is not just an art installation, it is a mirror of our own lives and struggles. Just as the robot tirelessly fights to contain the leak, we too strive daily to keep our lives under control. However, the piece reminds us that, even amidst chaos and technological dehumanization, there is beauty and meaning in the struggle. Heidegger, Socrates, Thoreau, and Camus offer valuable perspectives to face this reality. Heidegger alerts us to the need to reconnect with our human essence and not be defined by technology. Socrates invites us to introspection and the pursuit of an authentic life. Thoreau teaches us to find happiness in simplicity and deliberate living, and Camus inspires us to embrace the absurd and revolt, creating our own meaning. So, what is our next step? How can we apply these lessons in our daily lives? Perhaps the answer lies in finding a balance between using technology and seeking a more meaningful life. By disconnecting from constant distractions and dedicating time to reflection, simplicity, and creating our own sense of purpose, we can turn our daily battles into a source of strength and purpose. The final message of "Can't help myself" is powerful. The struggle itself is valuable. And thus, as we face our own challenges, we can find beauty and meaning not just in victories, but in the very process of persistence and resilience. I won't change your life, but no one will. The difference is that I don't promise you that. What I will change is your knowledge about life. And then, what you do with it is up to you. Explore the evolution of philosophical thought, from the earliest times to the present day. Meet the great thinkers, their revolutionary ideas, and how to apply them to fundamental questions of human existence. Mental health, happiness, relationships, and purpose in life. If you seek answers to life's big questions, or simply wish to better understand the human condition, this ebook is the key you've been looking for. Click the link below to purchase now and start your journey towards knowledge that truly matters. Leave the cave. The link is in the pinned comment. Thank you for staying with us, and see you next time.